All right, welcome. We're back to another new game for Civ 4. This was requested by a lot of people, so we'll go ahead and do one. Earlier, I had kind of needed a break from Civ 4 for a bit because we'd been doing so much AI Survivor stuff, but we're going to go ahead and create a new game. So, custom game here. So, I am going to play on Immortal difficulty here, and I was thinking about which leader I wanted to run for this game. I wanted to run a spiritual leader because I haven't featured spiritual trait in a little bit. I looked at the different spiritual leaders, and ultimately I decided the one that I most wanted to play on here was the winner of our most recent season of Civ 4 AI Survivor, that being fan favorite Mansa Musa. And this also will be a way to hopefully ease the difficulty somewhat of playing on Immortal, which is not an easy difficulty at all, and is not guaranteed that I would be able to win. So we'll make this a little bit easier on ourselves by playing one of the game's strongest leaders in Mansa. Spiritual trait, also financial trait. Game's best economic trait, also widely seen as the game's strongest trait in unmodified financial trait. And we're going to play on a small map just to make this more reasonable. So that's 4 AI opponents by default. I'm picking an Arboretum map. This is another map script that I just want to showcase that people haven't seen as much. It is an all green map that's very heavy on trees. So this is obviously very good for financial trait because there's lots of room to put cottages down. So it's a strong map as far as the traits that I picked here. And also kind of synergizes well with early bronze working, which is something we're likely going to have to do because we do start with mining. Why not Saladin? Yes. Yeah, definitely definitely the game's best spiritual leader in Saladin. Standard settings for me, no tech trading, and also turning off vassal states, tribal villages, and random events. So let's go ahead and get started, see what we roll. And I'm really hoping for an agricultural resource at the start because it would be much better to have a corn at the start than like a pigs, which requires multiple techs. All right, so here's the weakness of Mansa. His biggest weakness is his starting techs, wheel, mining. Both of them are good techs in isolation. Mining unlocks the way to bronze working, which is really important. Wheel unlocks the route to pottery for cottages and also for granaries. The problem is these two do not synergize especially well together, and there is no food tech at his start. Like he does not start with agriculture or fishing or animal husband or hunting. So there's nothing that can connect a food resource out of the gate. So that is kind of the big weakness for him. All right, so ooh, wow, the game hates us. The game hates us. Our food resource is a rice that's under jungle that we can't use. Wow, does the game hate us? This is, yeah, this is about as bad as it gets because the game is not supposed to generate jungle at the start. Um, that is really bad. Let's just see what's here. And if it's truly this bad, then I'm going to re-roll a new starting position because this is, yeah. Oh boy. This is an exceedingly bad starting position. We do have the so we do have the deer. We do have a forest deer, which is a pretty good tile, but this being underneath jungle is pretty bad. That said, this is more playable than you might think. We really only need hunting tech here because this is hunting and then this is hunting. It's actually not that bad. And then long term, once this jungle can be cut down, it's not that. I think this may actually be playable, and I do prefer to play the starts if possible. Certainly on a river with a lot of river grassland tiles. And, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus the ivory. Yeah, this is not bad. This is actually this is actually playable. So let's go ahead and let's try to play this out. Because I do prefer to play the first start if possible. Oh, and we can also work this for a slightly faster worker. No, it is 15 turns, not 10 turns. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Too bad it's not a plains hill. Grassland hill instead of plains hill is slightly unfortunate. But yeah, this is, I mean, we go hunting, bronze working for our start here. And that's not that bad. This is a 5 food tile. This is a 4 food tile, but we'll want to work it anyway for production. And then long term, once we have this, it's not bad. And we have 2 happiness resources, yeah. And we got the early ivory, which also means elephants down the road. So yeah, let's give it our best shot, shall we? So feel free to suggest a name for Timbuktu. All right, so can we see where we are on the map? I'm curious as to whether we're like in the northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. This map script doesn't really give it away. So I'm trying to see if I can do a zoom out trick. I can't really tell. So not much to do early on. We'll just try to explore in a circle. I should probably more explore in this direction because that's where the river is, and we want to settle grassland tiles if possible. But I can probably loop around here. All right, well, there's another food bonus. Is this a lake or the, Timbuktu, actually a pretty appropriate name. And remember, barbarians are also on for this game, so I probably have to go for relatively early archery. All right, so no, it's not the ocean. So there's like a huge mass of forests, and then, I mean, like this could be a potential location for a city though, right? It's got a rice, although it's a dry rice, not a wet rice, so it's not as good. We need to get back over here and see what's over in this direction. Moneybag Mecca, not bad. Feel free to make other suggestions too. No, this is not the real poverty point. This is a decent start. If the rice was not under the jungle, this would be actually a really good start. All right, not much so far. As I said, that's a potential city location, but it feels insulting that the only jungle. Oh, okay, here we go. So this is a 4 food 2 production tile. This could make for a good location for the second city. You know, like right here. Not bad. Can share cottages with the capital, or 1 cottage with the capital at least. That's a real possibility. Why? Why, game? Why? 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 Why is our neighbor Montezuma? No, irrigation does not pass through hill tiles. Even if you settle, it does not pass through. Oh boy. And Brennis, who's also a pretty aggressive leader too.
If you chase
Well,
you will lose them both.
people are like, you should have played Monty so he couldn't be in the game as an opponent. All right, at least we'll be able to see where the copper is early on. Oh boy. I mean, the land down here looks good. Let's get graphs on Monty first. This is immortal difficulty. How? I don't suppose we can't. At least we can't see his borders. Thank goodness. Well, this means more likely that I want to settle on the hill, but no. If I settle down here, the deer would have to be first string. All right. Well, I think we know where our second city's going. I think it's got to go right here. I mean, that's so far superior to like every other location we've seen thus far. Sure hope Monty doesn't march up with the gazillion why espionage on Monty? Because we want to be able to track his power. Tech trading's turned off. I mean, we're not trying to make tech trades here. All right, let's see. So Monty just founded Buddhism, so I would be perfectly happy to switch to his religion. Oh, when the borders expanded, we actually get up to the extra food hammer. That's right. That's pretty nice. So improve this. Sadly, we have to waste worker turns moving there and on the way back. And then we improve this, and then we'll do some chopping, almost certainly. Chop some grassland tiles. Settle on the jungle to clear it? Where would we settle in the jungle? No. Why would we settle here? Then this wouldn't be in our borders. That makes no sense. Otherwise, we'd have to wait for borders to pop, which would take forever, not being creative. So no, we would not want to do that. So as expected, Monty has founded the first religion. If he's down here, which I suspect he is, we have decent chance of getting his religion to spread to us, which would be fantastic. Would very happily convert to his religion for Diplo bonus points. All right. So we could fight this wolf, but let's just avoid combat entirely. I mean, so far so good, aside from our neighbors being awful. I'm trying to stay in the forest for the defensive bonus on our only military unit thus far. Really would not want to lose this unit at this stage of the game. All right, there's a line over there. I would prefer to stay away from the line. Oh, so we're near, at least we have a coast over here, so that's interesting. I need to know if there's like a good city spot in this corner too. And there's another deer over here in the third ring, so a city up here might be able to make use of that. All right, so build some warriors. All right, so sadly, this is a wasted turn. There's nothing we can do to avoid that. But yeah, that's our that's our first city for sure. I'm pretty sure Monty's down there somewhere. Brennus has apparently not discovered another tech yet. Or we're getting close to being able to see Monty's bar graphs. We definitely need to track what Monty is doing. At least the AI does not declare war in the early game. They are actually wait, oh, I was like, wait, what? Why did we lose our turn? But this is actually a forested tile. It can be hard to see that, but like this is actually forested as well, which is why it's 3 food, 1 production instead of just 3 food. So we can start that next turn. I guess the camp, oh, camps take 5 turns? That's right, not 4. It is a good thing Peace Weight isn't built into AI human relations. Oh, there's marble over there. Well, we actually may have both wonder resources. Stone and marble. That's interesting. Long term. Maybe. We'll see. Look at Monty's score. So because you might be like, oh my God, he's so strong. It's like, well, what happened is he got the religion. So it popped, and then he's going to get extra score points for having that additional land. Let's build all the wonders and settle 3 cities. This is a non-variant game, so that is not quite what we're going to do. All right, come on. So now Brennus will probably found this religion, and then now they'll be asking me to choose between them, which is not exactly what I want. All right, so we need to run demos on Monty for a little bit longer. All right, so there's also room for a good city over here as well. Yep, so now they each have their own religion. Maybe they'll dislike each other for that reason, yeah. But they're both low peace weight, so they'll be inclined to like one another. Anyway, let's take a quick look at Monty's graphs. So higher in GMP. If we manage to survive, this will not be the case long term. Higher in production, way higher in food, not even remotely close, because the AI starts with workers, and his city's probably like size 4 by now. Maybe not that much. Power is much higher than us. At least bronze working will help out that way. I mean, again, this is high difficulty. You're going to be behind in the early game. It's just the way it is. Get used to it. Yeah, so we're clearly on the western side of the continent. Unfortunately, I think that Brennus is like above us and Monty's below us, so we may be sandwiched in between these two, which is not exactly what we want. But oh, well. So we're on a forest, so we should win this, but we only have like 80% odds to win. So, like I said, I've been trying to stay on defensive terrain. All right, the good news is we finished this, so got our first improvement done. Obviously, we're going to go improve the other strong tile we have here, and also get us an extra point of happiness. So the question is, do we want to build a settler at size 2, which normally I wouldn't do, but I do want to try to get, or I could try to build We should probably wait and see where well, we don't have to make a decision just yet. We can wait and see where copper is, and that can factor into the decision. One south of the deer does seem like a good spot. I agree. This would be a good location long term. It's on the coastline, so we can build ships if we have to. It has a gazillion river grassland tiles. Obviously, it has this for our 4 food tile, and it could potentially share this. Also has, I guess it can't really share cottages with the capital, but that's probably still the best location. All right, let's cross our fingers that we win this combat. As I said, we should have around 80% odds, but like that's well short of 100%. So let's hope for the best. All right. Okay, we found another leader, Surya Varman. So let's just look at the odds. We actually had slightly better odds. We had 91% odds, and we did reasonably well in the fight. I am going to heal my unit before proceeding onwards. I'm so close to my borders, I'll just heal in my borders. Rather than trying to heal outside. All right, so Surya Varman also approached from the south, so maybe we are on the northern side? Hard to say. All right, so I am. Surya Varman's score is a lot higher than Brennis's score. Uh, all low piece weight AIs. We'll run the EP on Surya Varman next. I think he's more dangerous than Brennis. Yeah, I mean, so basically in this game, it's like if we don't get killed by the AI, I like our chances because we have some very nice land here, as is usual. I mean, this is very usual for the Arborea map script. Um, One of the things that tends to be lacking on this map is happiness. So, like, we have 2 luxury resources, but like that's all we've seen thus far. So, like, having someone else's religion would actually not be the worst thing. All right. So let's see. It's 5 turns versus 6 turns. I think I'd prefer the 5 turn growth. So how much we're getting? 3 production per turn with a little overflow. I'm just wondering if I want to get. I'm wondering if I want to get another worker and then put them to work chopping, because like then I could use them to chop a settler potentially, and I'd also have slavery. With this many forests at the start, I think having 2 worker. I think it's a 2 worker opening. Like I could grow to size. I could grow to size 3, and then time it so they land chops as I'm growing to size 3. I think that that's probably better than alternate openings. Oracle play is probably not in the cards. I mean, like it's certainly something that you could do, but I think I'd prefer to. I think I prefer to focus on expansion, honestly. Sula's Spices and Gifts. That's kind of an odd name. Let's keep brainstorming names. I don't think that's quite what I'm looking for.
It is
All right.
entirely seemly for a young man killed in battle to lie mangled by the
So
bronze spear.
do we have
In
copper?
his death,
Our next, what's our next tech? It's probably pottery. Let's think about this for a second. So do we have copper? We do not have copper. So that is not great, given that we're up against Monty. So we do want to have, we definitely want pottery for granaries. The question is, I'm wondering if I should just get early archery instead, because I don't need anything else immediately. And that would allow me to at least have skirmishers if barbarians start showing up, which they will on this difficulty. Like, I do want pottery, but I don't know that I need it immediately. And I want to go through agriculture because going through fishing is not going to do much at this stage. Um, and like we don't need, obviously we don't want ironworking this early. So here's the other thing. I like my tile improvements I need to build are cottages because it's like this is just a situation where we improve the resources and just like cottage everything else is kind of the way that this opening plays. So I need to get to pottery to build cottages. Um, so it's like, do we gamble that we can hold here against any barbarians that might pop up on Immortal where they're not a joke with warriors for the time being while we research agriculture pottery? Because that's about 15-ish turns to get through those two. Forget about wonders for the time being. This is high difficulty. We can't screw around with wonders. We have to focus on basic text and expansion. Don't worry about wonders. We're not researching masonry anytime soon. That's a low priority. Um, we're not. I'm not going for oracle. The stone and the marble are more for like hanging gardens and uh, maybe we make a play for what is it called, Mausoleum, but they're not for any of the early wonders. We need to focus on expansion early. All right. I think we need to get pottery in play. So I will take the risk for right now. Um, I'm going to take the risk for the moment and go agriculture, pottery, and then archery. I'm definitely going to need skirmishers. And as for you, I'm going to send you out scouting down here and see if I can find how far away the Aztecs are. All right, so let's heal you for this turn. I want to keep some units nearby. We also, by the way, can do this. We can flip into slavery immediately. I suppose I probably shouldn't do that because it does have high maintenance or medium upkeep as opposed to low, but oh well. No, we're going to need to get archers. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to prioritize archery, but I think I can get to pottery first. Yeah, immortal barbs are not that big a deal till turn 40 to 50. That's what I thought as well. Remember, animals won't enter your borders. The animal barbarians don't enter your borders. All right, so you will be at almost entirely healed on this upcoming turn. Oh, also, duh, I should work this for the extra point of commerce if I'm not growing. So I lost one commerce by not doing that. And then we'll start chopping. And I should be able to time it so the chops like complete on the same turn. That's the idea anyway. So like we grow to size 3 while we're chopping a settler, which is kind of like this weird thing you can do. We did it in the kind of infamous Pit Boss 2 India game where like if you time it right, you can grow while also building a settler if you're chopping. As I said, it's kind of a weird thing to do. All right, so this unit is basically full health. I'm not going to send this one too far. I just want to see what's up here in like this immediate area. By the way, look at Suri's score. He's got that creative culture that pumps out a lot of score points in the early game. Yeah. All right, and we need one more turn to finish that. So as far as what I want to chop, this is like the first tile. I want to chop forests that are like next to rivers because then I can build cottages on them. Yeah, that's the idea. Skirmishers will take care of barbs. I mean, I'm not kidding around. When I picked Mansa, I was like, I know Mansa's really strong. Oh, all right. Well, that reveal just shifts our dot map up here. So we were thinking this tile, but now we have to shift to take advantage of this. So I think it's now. Oh wait, is that a border up there? Oh, that Brennus is right there. Okay. Well, that shifts the calculus of where our first city might be going, because apparently he is right there with the city. So this is it's this city here, and then maybe another one over here. 1, 2, 3. Bit of a pain that he's that close. Actually, it would have to be here, so this would be first ring. 1, 2, 3. Because like this is no good. This is in the second ring. Now this city will hit 26 turns, but for the if it's the first city, that's not going to be no good. Brennus will get mad from cultural friction all game. Yes, he will. He is pretty close. So the problem is, so his capital is probably like up here, but then he moved down here with his second city, and then he immediately founded a religion in it. So these are second ring borders. Oh, and you know what? You know what this is? If that's a holy city, um, then that's his second ring borders. He's going to very quickly snap this up with third ring borders. So we will not be able to access that tile. And that should factor into our decisions, which is sad. Renus is a good rush target. I mean, I don't think I'm rushing any of the AIs on this difficulty early in the game. Still, it's important that we found this out. Like, I'm glad that we realized this early on, because it would have been worse if we didn't know this. Also, long term, I want to keep track on him with the graphs, more so than Surrey. But since I already have half of Surrey's stuff, I'll keep an eye on that. All right. Brennus is already -4. Everybody's 0 with us, as you'd expect for this early in the game. All right, interesting times already. It's one thing that I do like about the smaller maps is you don't have like ages and ages of nothing happening. Things can get interesting pretty fast. At least this will probably help to keep the barbs down a little bit. All right, so we can build roads, but it's more important to put these turns into chopping, I think. Let me think, hold on, about I have to think about where I'm putting this second city is the thing, because that'll dictate how I use my worker actions, is where I put this second city. So I could put it here. Like, I do have the possibility to put this city where we were originally talking about, right here. It would actually be pretty defensive against Brennus, because like it won't intrude with the borders of his city up there. It's definitely not as strong as this spot down here, though, is the thing. Like, it's definitely not as strong of a spot. But on the other hand, if I don't settle there, then will I ever get access to this spot is like the question. I don't think I want to be here because this is all going to be a holy city and the borders will just pop out to here very quickly. So I think it has to be on this row of tiles, and this is probably the best spot because it has a gazillion grassland tiles and a 4 food, 2 production tile. I probably would need to farm one of the grassland tiles to get up to 5 food because we're just not going to get access to that tile. So I do think that I probably want that spot. So then the question is, do I road over to here? Because if I rode over to here, I would get a trade connection immediately, and that would be nice. Capital for Sydney? That's not a bad idea. That's a nice suggestion. Thank you, Minker. Uh, so anyway, yeah, we want to chop. So we want to chop this tile, and we want to chop this tile. All right, let's get in position to chop here. I think this, oh yeah, I think that this works because what I can do is I can chop and I can overflow from worker into settler and I'll be able to get overflow plus the chop into the settler on the same turn. All right, now down here, we've got this lion, so I can always retreat backwards or I could try to fortify. Obviously, I don't really want to fight this. So I should have like 95% odds if I dig in here. I don't really want to retreat. I wish I could get on a hill, a forested hill. Obviously, I could get on the hill, but that's only 25% defensive bonus, not 50%. So what were the odds in that last combat again? So we got +5 for animal, and then plus 50% plot defense. I can fortify here for +10. Let's go with that. I want to clear. Let's see if we can clear this unit out. So this should be like 95% odds to win. Let's just hope we don't get bitten by like the 20-1 bad luck here. Yep, so I think we're going to try this spot first. And then I'm hoping I want to see like how close Monty is. I'm hoping that this location is relatively safe. That's why I'm trying to get a unit down here to see how close Monty is. Anyway, let's run this one more turn on Monty and then we'll swap the espionage points back. All right, we should win based on that animation. All right. Oh, cool. We just about died. Okay, well, no, it was the same odds. Interesting. I guess we didn't get the fortification bonus in time. Interesting. I thought that that would kick in. So it was the same 91% odds. I don't think I would have taken that fight at 91% if I had known it was only going to be that. And oh, we got down to one hit and then we survived. Thank goodness. Okay, you need to get back in my territory and heal because I do not want to lose you. All right, so we're going to chop this turn. Is that in there? That is in there tiled, isn't it? Okay. So I guess I have to go around. Anyway, so we've got our 2 tiles improved so far. We're pushing towards um, pottery, which is really crucial for our cottage building because we're financial, plus we have river tiles, and like that's so, as bad as it is that all these leaders are leaders that are really aggressive, guess what they don't have? Yeah, they don't have economic traits. So that's going to be good long term. Surrey Varmint has expansion traits, but he doesn't really have particularly great econ traits. All right. Yeah, you need to get back in my territory. And as much as I want to scout out down there, there's no way I can have you scout on 0.38 health. All right, so this chop will finish next turn. I'm okay with letting this finish, and then we'll overflow. So, like, look at all this overflow we're going to get. So we're going to get 9 overflow, or actually, we're not going to get that much overflow because we only have 9 food hammers. So we'll get a little overflow plus the chop, and we'll put in the settler, and then we'll grow while chopping, while the 2 workers move to chop. And the other worker is going to move to, what's the next and most important tile? This one here. Actually, no, you need to move here. You can move here. And then from there, you guys can road your way over to the new city and improve it.
O farmers, pray that your summers be wet and your
All right,
winters
on to
clear.
pottery. So this should cut like 2 turns off the settler. Ooh, down to 9 turns. All right, I don't want this unit to get too far away. All right, so you're going to move here. And you're going to move there. So you need to heal because you're about to die. And this is going to be our first spot. And then, let's see, so you can, like, let's see. And yeah, so once these chops are done, I'll have them road over here, and then they'll be in position. Then we'll have a road connection instantly for the trade route, and then they'll improve that tile. And then they can toss down a cottage for this city. So we're working this tile because we're not growing this turn, but then we'll switch over to this tile next turn, and we'll go over to building a warrior. You'll see. A lot of swapping stuff off. I like Venison Villa. That's pretty clever. Venison Villa. That's pretty good. We're gonna need this Bryce tile for health at some point too, because like right now we have 10 health, but guess what? That's because we get +6 from forests, and we're gonna be bulldozing those forests pretty quickly. Look at all these enemy scouts running around. All right. Monty, I stuck my espionage points on him for too long. At least Surrey is not spending a lot of espionage points on us. All right, so you go there. You go here. Chop. You stop building the settler for right now. And work. Yeah, so we're gonna basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna grow to size 3 and build a settler at the same time. I'm just trying to loop around up here. I would like to get more knowledge of Brennus, but I can always do that later. All right, you are at 0.6, so you need a few more turns to heal. We do not want to fight that bear. Oh wait, this bear's at 0.6 health. Okay, so it just killed an AI unit. Aha, 99.9%. Take that, bear. We'll get 1 XP, and then we can promote to Woodsman 1. Nice. Take that, bear. All right, so now that I put 2 turns into chopping, we're going to cancel that chop. We will put 1 turn into a road, just for sake of doing something. And then we're going to time the 2 chops to finish together simultaneously on the same turn. Settling on the rice was probably correct. Maybe. I mean, that would give me a 3 food tile, but I don't think settling on the rice would be correct here because look, it would move me away from all these riverside tiles. Like these grassland river tiles are really high value tiles. And this will be a 5 food tile once we can get the jungle. So I actually do think that being on the hill is probably the best spot here. It was an unbearable situation. Nice. All right, so we're 30 turns into the game right now. Let's just see how we're stacking up relative to Monty. GMP, we're relatively competitive. Obviously not competitive on production or food at the moment. We're getting there. He has 2 cities for sure. Power, this is bronze working. Hopefully he doesn't get too worried about us. I mean, it's immortal, turn 30, so we're going to be last in just about everything. Somehow we are not last in production. We have 3 production, someone's lower than us. We have 9 food, someone's on 26. If this were a multiplayer game against humans, that would be not a good sign. All right, so this chop should finish this turn. This is the turn we build the road, and then we will cancel that road. So we have half a road built here. We'll definitely need to road this tile at some point. Let's take the woodsman promotion. So this unit now has very good odds to survive in the woods. All right, and then next turn, double chop comes in and we swap back to settler. This guy's at 1.2. I'm going to just try to loop around here and then bring this unit back for safety. This unit needs to come over here to protect this city. And then we are going to get some skirmishers just for safety's sake because we will hit barbs, and barbarians are not a joke on immortal. All right, so now we're back to settlers. Oh, look at this. I'm 1 food short. Oh, I don't think there was any way to avoid that though. All right, so now we finish the chop, choppity chop. There we go. And so now the settler's down to just 5 turns. Then we'll grow to size 3 and then finish that unit. We're going to get 47 food hammers. So, oh, and of course we can do this. There we go. Because we chopped that tile. Nice. So we're going to get 49 food hammers. So we'll be at 80. And unfortunately, we can only get 9 food hammers, or we'd be very close here. So not too shabby. And then now I want these workers to come over here and be ready to improve this. Because they can't toss down cottages. Otherwise, I'd have them toss down a cottage for Sydney's 3rd tile, but we don't have that available yet. Has not quite unlocked yet. Oh, that is not the unit I wanted to see. We actually have a shot here because we've got the woodsman promotion, but it's not great. It's not good. We've got a 70% combat bonus. It's not good. There's a very high chance that unit is dead. I was not expecting barb archers to show up this early in the game. I don't really want to lose that unit, but I can't control the game. This kind of stuff happens. I think we may have, I think it's around 50-50 odds, but I think we're actually below 50% to win this combat. Well, we'll see. No, we lost. Oh, no, we won. I misread the animation. So we actually had about 2/3 odds. Okay. Because we had the woodsman promotion. Cool. Well, you know what we're doing is we're getting this unit back to our territory to heal this, because I do not want to lose this unit. All right, so yeah, this is unfortunate that we need 3 more turns. We're actually kind of close to the break point where we only need 2, but we don't have that, unfortunately. But you know what we will do? But watch this. So right now we make 9 food hammers, and it's 3 turns. We're gonna grow to. Oh, we gotta cancel that build. Put our warrior back. So we're gonna grow to size 3, and we actually get 10 food hammers at size 3. So we will only need 2 more turns to finish that. All right. So in the meantime, I'd actually like to finish the road here. I was like, can I finish the road and then like move here next turn? But no, I can't because this would be a river crossing. So I'm going to have you move here. build half a road, cancel that. I'm going to have you move here, build half a road, and we're roading over to our new city spot. Julius Caesar started plotting on turn 37. That's about as early as it's possible for the AI to plot war. Yeah, we almost have demos on Surrey. Now I will lose these over time because the AI will get extra espionage points earlier than me. Or they might just run the sliders. We know they sometimes do. All right, so, all right, our warrior down there is finally healed. This guy can come over and start being ready to garrison that. All right, so you're going to move here, build that road. You're going to move here, build half of that road. And now we're going to go back and finish the settler, because now we actually do get 10 food hammers, and it'll finish in 2 turns. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then be ready to found instantly. We just have to hope there's no barbarians about to snack on a settler over there. Because the barbarians won't go in my territory yet, but they will kill units that are out in the wild. So work the spice. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Yes, work the spice. Thank you for the suggestion. Because I'm not growing, I should work the spice. And then that gets us to pottery in 2 turns. Nice. And then we can start, then we can work on a cottage immediately. So like the workers can move here, and then I don't know if there's time to get back here and toss down a cottage, or they just have to head over here, because this is a higher priority to improve this tile so that the new city has food. But obviously we can't improve it until it's within our borders. All right, so you move here and road, you move here. All right, good. We're safe from barbarians because even if there's a 2-move barbarian, actually no, there could be a wolf or panther here that moves here, here. So I guess we're not totally safe. But if there's any tile other than this one, we're safe. So given that I have the power of the reload button, I'm okay with this for right now. If the worst would happen, we could reload. All right, now this unit hopefully will be able to see what's down here. Let's hope so. And then this settler's going to pop out. And we've got another warrior that's about to finish too. Look at that. Exactly 10 food hammers. Look at that. 90 out of 100, 10 food hammers. The road finishes literally in time for the settler to land there. Now we just have to hope there's not a barbarian right there ready to munch my munch my stuff. For the moment, 2 is probably okay, but we do want more, certainly. We'll have to think. I'll have to think about how quickly I want to get the 3rd worker, or if I want to get the another city before another worker. It's probably a 3rd worker before another settler, but we'll see. Obviously, there's a ton of stuff to chop, and that does influence the decision. All right, there we go. Granary.
To make one vessel unto honor and another.
So now we want archery because barb units are going to start popping up. All right, let's finish this warrior. And then I'll think about where I go after that. Also, we need to drop this tile for another food tile. I do think I want to... This tile is so much better. I think it's worthwhile to work that, even though it takes an extra turn of growth. It's not worthwhile to work this tile, though. It could be worthwhile to build a farm, but no, it's not worthwhile to build a farm because we're going to have a 5 food tile coming online as soon as we get iron working, which we probably need to prioritize because we do not have, because we don't have copper. We probably need to prioritize iron working and hope we can get iron. Otherwise, we may be in for a bit of trouble. All right, so let's see. So we need to finish the road with one of these workers. 1, 2, okay. So let's have you finish the road. Let's cross our fingers that there's not a barbarian about to snack on this. All right, there is not. Although I guess there could be a panther. No, there actually can't be a panther because there's borders right here. And the barb animals won't spawn right in sight of borders. So we've got 1 turn to burn here. I could technically move on this tile right now, and then I'd be ready to start camping immediately the following turn. But that seems unnecessarily risky because there could be, barb animals up here. So let's do the slightly safer thing. And we'll put 1 turn into a cottage on this tile. And then next turn I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 onto this, and then we'll get that tile improved for the new city. Okay, meanwhile, down here. All right, you are now back in our territory. We're going to have a warrior that can come out and help protect that city. So why don't you heal for the time being before we send you out on a scouting mission? And then I have to think about what I build. I think I definitely build another worker or settler. It's probably got to be another worker because I don't think I have quite enough worker labor to support a city down here. And it's better for me to work to not be growing right now because then I can work a tile like this, which is a better tile than this. So I think we get another work. I think we go worker settler here, with the potential of maybe we get out a skirmisher if we feel like we need it. If we feel like there's barbarians potentially causing problems. Otherwise, I think it's worker into settler. Okay, so we just about have Ceres graphs. We still have Montes, so we can check that next turn. And let's hope that some panther doesn't spring out of the fog and eat this settler. As I said, that was unlikely, but it was possible. All right. So, worker, 6 turns, not bad. We might be able to shave a turn off that with a chop, but probably not. And our next settler, we will definitely speed up with a double chop again. We can chop like this tile for sure, and maybe some of these tiles just to free up movement along the river, make it easier to move. But we'll definitely chop some of these tiles, and then we'll be able to speed up. Now we're up to 13 food hammers. Yeah, we're up to 13 food hammers now, right? Or no, this is overflow. No, we're still on 10 food hammers, but double chop is 40, so that would cut it down to like a 6 turn. So, okay. Meanwhile, we've got a warrior over here to help protect this. And I did like that suggestion in the chat earlier, Venison Villa, for this one. I suspect we're going to have a lot of deer puns. Also, watch, we're going to pop Monty Scout back out of our territory. Oh, there's an... Oh, well, the risks of not scouting. This is still a good spot for the city, but we orphaned this. We orphaned that tile. It was in the fog. Ah, that's sad. Put you to work on a granary. We probably will one-pop whip the granary. Womp womp. The true venison villa. I mean, there's always the possibility for another city long-term that grabs this deer. Could always do that someday. But hey, we got 2 cities, and guess what? They start with a trade route connection. Yeah, not bad. Of course, now we have to fiddle with the slider. All right. I also do want to get a cottage down on that tile soonish. Maybe maybe this worker, when it pops out, can finish that cottage. All right, so this reveals more tiles, but it's also more exposed if there would happen to be an enemy unit, so I'm actually going to avoid that. Oh, copper. Hello. Hello. That might be valuable to pick up. In orphaning a tile, so see how this tile is northwest, northwest? This city can never work that tile. It will never be in its borders. Like this city will pick up these 3 tiles, and it'll pick up these 3 tiles, but it can never work diagonal, diagonal. So this is orphaned from this city. Now that said, it is possible to put a city like over here, but like Venison Villa can never work that tile. So that's what we kind of have in mind. All right. So we got Ceres bar graphs. Let's run it for another turn or two so we don't have to keep flipping back and forth. Yeah, no, it's a great question. And let's see our bar graphs. All right, so in terms of score, we're still behind these other guys. Again, score, not much you can do about in the early game. GMP, we're behind, but we are financial. If we don't die, we will out-accelerate them eventually. Production, we're actually fairly competitive on production. Food, all right, food is not particularly competitive, although that's going to go up because we just settled a city. And power, AI is always going to be ahead of you in military strength in the early game. That's not a surprise. But we researched bronze working. That's 8K worth of military rating. Archery is, I think, 4K, so that will help. Skirmishers also are worth a decent amount of power early on. Straight into Monty's spine-crushing hugs. I want to see where Monty is. Like, that's going to influence some of my settling decisions. All right, so we can build this. Wait a minute, why was this deer camp 4 turns and this one was 5 turns? I don't quite understand that, but oh well. So we build this, and then this will be a 4 food tile. We need to see what else is down here. So we still have not spotted Monty's borders down there. I'm pretty sure he's down here somewhere. This is still the next city. We can't just like race over there for this spot. Also, we haven't seen any food bonuses over there. This is still the next spot, but like if we can settle here, that gives us a bridge to get over to this spot. And then long term, we can move away from the river. But I want all my cities to be on the river early because that's where all the commerce is. Like it's worth so much additional money. So this one's in a forest, and this one's also in a forest. So yeah, I'm a little confused why this one was 5 turns and this one is only 4. Oh well, maybe I misread it or something. Is anyone plotting war? I would be very surprised if they are, but we should check periodically just to be. All right, I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, it's very early in the game at this point. So far, in terms of glance, yeah, these two don't like each other because of the religion, but I don't think they border each other. Like, Brennus is up here. Brennus is probably the one we have to be the most worried about because we're going to have border tension. That said, he could be a good opportunity for expansion long term. He only has, like, he has 2 cities. I think they all have 2 at the moment. Oh, nope, Surrey with it. Surrey, who's so good at expanding, is out to 3 already. All right, let's get you in this city. So we have at least 1 unit there. Not that that'll stop much of anything. One nice thing about having stone as well is if the AI looks like they're getting aggressive, is you can go masonry and you can build city walls. And like if they don't have construction tech yet for catapults, that shuts down aggression pretty good. Like a city with walls and like some skirmishers packed inside, the AI is not taking that with axes. It's just not going to happen. So that is one thing that's kind of nice. All right. So yeah, you can hang out there. You are now healed up. Do we want to send this guy out scouting is the question. Oh. That is not good. He just put a city down and invalidated where we were going to settle. Oh. He put it right here, didn't he? That's really bad. That's very, very bad. So that means his capital must be here. Well, we can always shift our, we can put now, so what we can do is we can always move our city to here. So, because that would be 3 tiles away. Now, he won't like that, but it is a possibility. We can't put it here because I'm pretty sure his city's on this tile. I mean, the copper's there, but there's no food bonus over there. Yeah, he put his city here because like this is in the second ring, this is in the second ring. Ooh. So he's going to get his religion in this city, and then he's going to have control of that tile. So again, the problem with the city here is there's no food in the first ring, and the food bonuses are both in the second ring. So any religion that Monty or any culture Monty might get, as long as he's ahead culturally, I would never control either of these, and the city would just be useless. I guess we have to look for food over by the copper, but I really don't like stretching that far away. Man, he really, really messed me up by settling there. Um, if I had known he was that close, I would have prioritized this spot first because this is a much better city than this city over here. But I just didn't know he was that close. You know, imperfect knowledge and all that. Anyway, so we finished that, and this city's going to be able to get its granary up pretty quickly. So yeah, Monty's already got his religion up, and he will assuredly spread his religion there. So that's the problem. The only way I have any chance of ever controlling a tile like this is if it's in the first ring. But then I'm, him with the city here, me with the city there. I mean, I might as well be guaranteeing that we're going to war. We do always have the potential to grab this spot over here as well. Let's scout over here and see if we can spot copper. But you're right. We can always play, be a little bit more defensive. We can always grab the dry rice. It's not going to be a great spot because irrigation's not going to pass. Well, I guess we could always settle here. Irrigation would pass through this tile, so that is a possibility. Choose religions is not on. I turned it off. Yeah, that definitely is not where we wanted that city to go, but the map's green enough that we can get more stuff. Just that is a very strong spot that now it looks like we're not going to get. So All right, well, let's send this unit over to explore this eastern area then, so that we can see what's over there. So see, this is the holy city for Brennus right here. It's already popped its borders. So his city is 2 tiles north of this tile, 2 tiles north of this. But that's why I knew as soon as I saw him that I would never be able to control this tile, not without going to war with him. We'll get the land one way or the other. I mean, sure, but let's not be too silly in the early game where the AI has all the advantages. Also, we can definitely turn on research on archery now. All right, and Surrey, we've got his grass. We'll start trying to get them with Brennus for the time being. There's one more AI on this continent as well. I mean, that's part of the game, though, is the AI does stuff you don't necessarily want. All right, so I think the smartest thing to do is to road this tile, so then I can move back and start chopping here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll probably chop these 2 tiles right here, because I can have each worker reach them from there without any wasted turns. Let's see what's down here. Okay. So this also gives us a pathway to walk through here. I'm a little scared about moving on empty ground, but we'll see what we can. Yeah, his city is 100% on this tile. Definitely on that tile. If there's no food bonuses over here, it's not really worth a city, unfortunately, but maybe for copper it is. Normally it wouldn't be. Interesting that there's this series of mountains. It's kind of a sheltered area over here. Oh, we found Okay, so everyone in this game is a low peace weight aggressive leader. Everyone in the game. At least Kublai does not appear to be too close to us. Look at this archer already over here. He's not ready to declare war on me, is he? No. I saw that archer moving around. All right, so you move to here. Well, the good news is if we avoid dying, we're going to out-econ all these leaders eventually. Like, that's not really at issue. We're definitely going to out-econ these guys in time. The issue is everyone is an aggressive leader. We have no, like, Hatshepsut just to be our friend. Everyone's aggressive. All right, so now we can at least build real units in the form of skirmishers, not just warriors. All right, so what do we go for next? Animal husbandry is a possibility because that could reveal horses, which would certainly be nice to know. But there's no pastures we need to build right now, so I'm inclined to just go for an early ironworking, reveal iron, and also get that rice tile in play. So I think that that's our best option. This is what Churchill must have felt like. Indeed. All right, let's see. So yeah, we can chop, and you chop, and you are just, oh, hello. Well, we're getting hemmed in more than I thought on this map, because, I mean, not a lot of space on this map, is there? AI seems to have raced directly towards me as quickly as possible. Do I need culture, though? Like, do I? I'm not sure that I do. Surrey Varmint is apparently pretty close. So I seem to have spawned, like, dead center of this continent with leaders on every single side. That is the worst place to spawn. Why couldn't I have been in like the corner and then had like a safe back lines where I could easily settle no matter what? It's like, no, we're gonna put you dead center of the literally dead center of the continent. Well, uh it may be an early elephants plus catapults game. Because we are very quickly running out of room to settle, and it's only turn 40. How many cities does he have? He has 3 cities. I mean, this is not a humongous map. This is a small map. So, yeah. Turn off science for a little bit. This is like every Gandhi playoff map ever. So that's kind of the issue is I'm going to get this settler, but I need to know where to send it. And I don't know exactly where to send it right now. I really wish that Monty had not picked that particular spot to settle. He really screwed me over with that location. Because like what this worker should be doing is like roading over to the next city that we're going to plant. Um, but I don't know where I'm going to settle just yet. Let's see what information we can bring back here. Jeez. I was going to try to settle for that spot, but now there's a commerce city on this tile right here, one tile east of this. I don't really know. Every food bonus in my immediate area is being settled like immediately. Um, so there is one other thing we could do. We could settle with this first ring. Monty would not be pleased, but it is a possibility. Because like I will get extra culture from the capital that helps out there. One northeast of, I mean, like this is another possibility too. It basically guarantees that we'd be in conflict with Montezuma, but at the same time, it's like where can I settle that's not going to put me in conflict with these guys? They're just between. So it's like Monty got a religion, Brenna's got a religion, Suryavarman's creative, Kublai's creative. It's just like their culture's gobbling up the map at a ridiculous rate. It's true that Capital Border Pop will pick this up, but like I also want to claim some territory because like Capital Border Pop will pick this up, so like that's another spot. But like this spot should be pretty safe. Whereas if I'm going to get anything south of my capital, I think I have to do it sooner rather than later. Like if I'm going to get anything to the south, I have to do it sooner. Why did he have to settle this? Like there's so much land down here, and he picked the most aggressive, intrusive spot possible. I mean, he's Monty, so of course he did that. Game knows how to make for interesting decisions, doesn't it? Ugh. Hmm. And he even put it up on a hill tile too. South has more upside. I think Sivek is right. Take the Riverland, exactly. This land is going to be here. Like this resource is always going to be under our control. So we can get this spot anytime we want. But if we don't control the river now, we're never going to get this land because Monty will just gobble it all up. So yeah, I think we have to. So I think the plan is I think it's this tile here, as Sivek said in the chat. I mean, Sivek is very good at this game. But then we have to fight to control this, or else we're at a plant that has no food. At least it's in the first ring. We just have to stay one tier of culture ahead. Could put Oracle in there. I don't think that's quite what I want to do, although it's not actually a crazy idea because we do have, well, but I would need to pop orders over here. It's not actually a crazy idea. We have not invested anything in ironworking yet. It's an interesting thought to do that, like go mysticism, masonry. It would also get us walls. Where is the oracle's at priesthood, right? Yeah. So we would have to go mysticism, masonry. Could probably skip meditation. We'd have to go like mysticism, polytheism, masonry, priesthood. It's an interesting thought because we do have. I mean, we're gonna have marble, and we do have an awful lot of forest to chop, and we're gonna have the worker labor to do it. That could be like a turn 65-ish oracle. And that would actually get us both of these resources because we would 100% control both of them. That's a wild plan, but I kind of like it. Keeping in mind that we have no strategic resources at all, but we do have skirmishers. You can do a lot with skirmishers. I mean, this would basically plunge us into a guaranteed war with Monty, but aren't we probably going to be plunged into a guaranteed war with him anyway? You need to build the monument, 10 turns to pop borders, 6 to hook up the marble. Well, it wouldn't take 6 turns to hook up marble. That wouldn't take, well, wouldn't. I guess you're right. We would have to build roads over there, but I'm just wondering if I could actually get the thing built. We can start down this path and not commit ourselves yet. So let's do this. Research mysticism. We definitely need mysticism. If we're going to settle this spot, we have to put a monument in this city. That's guaranteed. So that's not something that's debatable. Start with mysticism. Let's see where things go from there. Like we can just knock out mysticism right now, and we'll start setting up our worker labor to head down there. So like this unit, um, we could put another chop into this actually. I could put triple chop into this. Yeah, we can put triple chop into this. Get the city down, chop a monument in, get a skirmisher in there. This city can actually build military early. This is actually a pretty decent, like, I can finish the granary here. I think I one pop whip the granary here as soon as that's an option. And then this city can build some skirmishers for me because it actually has decent production, or will. Um, it's a little lower on food, so I don't really want to whip the city too much, but I do want to whip the granary. All right, I mean, we at least have a plan. Let's figure it out. Like, let's at least get a monument, and then maybe we can oracle into this city. And then, as you said, we can oracle, if nothing else, like math or code of laws or something. Actually, monarchy would be a possibility too, because we'd have priesthood. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't love putting that much effort into it early, but I mean, with Marble, Oracle's pretty cheap, right? I mean, how many chops is it with Marble hooked up? It's 5 chops. I mean, that's not bad. And if it gets taken earlier, we don't have to we can put the chops in something else. So the only real thing it does is it delays getting to ironworking, and that is a cost to delay ironworking, because we've got these resources stuck under the rice stuck under the jungle. But is what it is. Now we've got a plan at least. Let's see what happens. Now Brennus will probably come knocking on the other direction. Oh, we even got a forest. Nice. Another thing to chop. Excellent. So I think what I want to do here first, which is somewhat counterintuitive, is road this tile so that then these workers can move through the road. Hold on, let me see how I would do that. Well, of course I would need a quarry, but we're a little ways away from that. Also, I'd need to build the monument in here in Venisonville. So I guess it would have to go Granary Monument, but that's doable. As I said, the production here is pretty decent. Plus, we need to get a monument here anyway, because we need to protect against the culture from up there. All right, so these two are going to finish their chops this turn. The question I'm wondering is, do I start another chop here, or do I road? Because I can go road. I'm just trying to see if I can do anything with these workers. I'm trying to figure out what they do next turn. Because I would like to start roading down here, but maybe they actually changed my mind. Chop here. These two, after they finish this, they can finish the cottage on which tile did I started a cottage here. They can finish the cottage on that tile. Or they can cottage for Venison Villa, one of the two. All right, so you can chop here. All right, our double chop comes in. And then I think the settler will finish when this forest chop finishes. This unit here can garrison that city. Unfortunately, this copper tile does not seem to have a lot of food nearby. I don't want to send this too far away. I'd rather keep this in the area. So how close are we to the granary? Like 3 turns away? How are we doing on espionage stuff? We're going to have to run another turn with Surrey of Armin and then go back to Brennus. At least the game got interesting pretty quickly. Please don't attack me with that archer. No, the AI will not attack that early. All right, so again, the question is, do I want to cottage this tile or do I want to cottage this tile? I think the capital is probably better. Oh, because Venison Villa could pick up this ivory tile and then the capital could work this cottage, potentially. All right, I do not want to get too far away from this spot because this settler's coming out pretty soon. And then, so one worker finishes the cottage, the other worker comes down here and roads, and then these two can road down here to this tile. Gambit Gulch. I mean, it feels like a Gambit Gulch. This is going to work well, or it's going to be a disaster. Yeah, you come down here to help shield this. Oh, I guess I have another unit over here. So maybe you can explore a little bit further out and see if there's anything over there. All right, so we finished the chop. Oh, settlers do next turn. Excellent. All right, so you go, you work this tile. We have just enough to finish this with one overflow. You can pick up this tile for this turn. Do I even want to whip the granary? Maybe I don't want to. Maybe it's actually better to let this finish. But no, I can whip it with half the food box complete, so that's actually a good spot. So no, I think I do want to whip that. All right, so you finish that. So now you come down here, and you're going to road. Cancel that, and then next turn we'll be able to put road here and half a road, and the settler can go 1, 2, 3, although the end of the road's going to be a little scuffed, but all right. Yeah, and then I can have this work on the monument and then get started on the monument right away because we need to have the borders pop. And we'll have 2 workers down here like chopping stuff while 1 worker stays back here. And if that's the case, then the capital probably has to build a couple skirmishers because I do not feel safe with just warriors right now. All right, turn that off back here. Civ4 has invested a fair amount of EP with me. Our close borders spark tension. All right, no one's currently plotting war. I wouldn't expect Civ4 to come after me. We don't border each other at all. Oh wait, whoops, wrong area. Yeah. So he's on 4 cities already. Surrey's on 3. Brennus is on 3. He and I have the most. Actually, I guess we don't have any border tension yet. No religion has spread in my territory yet, so that's good. And Monty, he only has 3 cities. So I'm actually keeping up an expansion reasonably well here, given the AI bonuses.
Nature
All
herself
right,
has imprinted on the
mysticism
minds of
down,
all
masonry
the
would be
idea
next.
of God.
Because remember, we can connect, we have a stone resource at the capital that also would be a decent one. Oh, I need to get a granary, don't I? Yeah, that has to come before anything else. I have Stonehenge. We could just build Stonehenge there. Do we look to build Stonehenge instead? I mean, we've got stone at the capital. That's even cheaper, right? I mean, I know the Stonehenge tends to fall very early on this difficulty, but do we try to build Stonehenge there instead? I mean, it's not a completely crazy idea. It would be sure nice to have free monuments in every city. Probably riskier, but I mean, is that worthwhile to do? No, Stonehenge will probably fall too quickly for that to work. All right, anyway. Probably not. It probably goes too quickly. All right, so I think Stonehenge is pretty useful, honestly, but all right, so now you guys come down here, road, and road. Oh, hello. Barbarian archer, barbarian warrior. Let's not get tangled up with that unit. 1, 2. We can't quite make it down there, can we? A little risky moving this unit out by itself, on its own, without vision. So next turn we can road there. And I want to build the road. Sometimes I might not necessarily want to road on the hill. I might want to road there for chopping, but I want to keep the road on this side of the river for mobility purposes because I can't cross over this early in the game. So that means masonry next on the tech tree because we need that to connect either stone or marble. Also good for walls, don't forget. So that's also something we may very well be needing here in these cities. Um, and then we'll see about getting over to priesthood, potentially. Polytheism is more useful because it leads to monotheism, but meditation is cheaper, so we can always make a decision on that. So, capital, do I want to build the granary or do I want to get some actual units? The granary would be nice because we are a little low on food. I am still operating with 3 warriors though, so I mean, if anyone even sneezed on me, this game would be over very quickly. But no one's plotting war, so for the moment, I guess we can get away with it. Turn off science for a couple turns. Small strategic chance there's iron. I mean, it is possible, right? Because we can't see iron. And then, copper's not that far away from down here, but Stonehenge 38 turns. Good suggestion there, game. So yeah, we'll probably grow onto this tile and then just build this quickly. And then I'll use this as my production city, I think. Although if I work that tile, it's only 3 food per turn. Ugh. Need to get a cottage on this tile. In fact, I think I might send you to go do that right now. Oh, I guess that ate up that person's turn. Okay. I am hesitant to move this unit too far because we know that there's barbarians in the woods there. But they were to the south, so I think I can go to the north. Okay, no food bonuses whatsoever by this copper. Makes it a lot less appealing. All right, so yeah, these guys will move here, road this tile, and then move to farm that. Hey, William. Look at this Kublai Khan archer slipping into like this hole in my territory. So we should be able to get through masonry. If you're curious how we're doing on the demographics, by the way, we're kind of last in everything, but that's what you'd expect. 16 food versus 44 for the leader. We're actually pretty competitive in GMP, though. So that's a plus. All right, so Brennis just got, what's it called? Monotheism. So he has founded, he's the founder of both religions. He has Hinduism and Judaism. All right, so we'll work this tile for the time being, but then we probably will want to work the cottage as soon as it's available. This city really needs a farm as well, but I can't spare a farm right now. And this city's going to need a warrior for military police soonish. I should probably whip the granary, honestly, as soon as I can. And it actually is, I think, worthwhile to do a 2-pop whip here. So once we can get to size 2, I think or size 4, I think we 2-pop whip the granary, overflow into something. Skirmisher, another worker, something. Yeah, this is an interesting map. It's like all forest tiles. The next city, I think, definitely goes on this tile here. Because we're about to pop our borders and pick up this, and then we could just, use that tile. But I probably need another, actually, I probably need another worker as my next build here. I'm like constantly delaying military to try to increase the growth curve as much as I can. All right, the extra border range is certainly nice. This unit got popped all the way out there. That's pretty hilarious. So yeah, monument in 3 turns. So we could have this in our territory on what, like turn 63. Of course, then we'd have to have we can have it roaded by the time it pops, but I would need another worker up there, 2 workers at the least to quarry it and improve it. I guess that gives the city another tile to work too. A bunch of archers like randomly marching around outside my territory. Just trying to see if any of them are plotting war. No one has demanded that I like convert. I'd actually love it if someone like demanded I made a conversion of something, or like demanded I switch to their religion so I could pick up Diplo points with them for it. All right, so you build the road first so that when the city's founded, it instantly has a trade connection. Otherwise, you have to wait until the start of the next turn. It's a really minor optimization, but I'll mention it because it actually is relevant here on screen. All right, so this is Gambit Gulch, as previously mentioned, and I think we go Monument first. We're just gonna chop it, but yeah. And we need to chop these two tiles before anything else, because that way, if an AI stack walks in, they don't have defensive forest cover. So we're not on the hill, but on the plus side, we are on the other side of the river. So that will give us a bit of a defensive bonus if we get attacked here, which we almost certainly will. I do wonder almost if we could. I wish I had more assurance that Stonehenge wasn't going to drop in like the next 2 turns, because it sure would be lovely to get Stonehenge in here. Free monument in every city. Like if I knew if I knew that I had like 10 turns, I would 100% have tried to build it, but I don't think I have 10 turns. I think I have more time on the Oracle. Because like everyone is like these AI leaders have had Stonehenge literally from the start of the game. Although they do have a lot of these leaders do have low build wonder emphasis, so that's I guess a good sign. I do not feel safe with that one that one unit in there. Don't worry, we're totally safe. So here's the other question. Do we farm first or do we chop the monument? I think we have to farm first, even though it means we might very well just be building this for Monty. Anyway, so yeah, our economy at full blast is actually not that bad. Like we kind of tie the leader here. Food is still on the low side, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Military is a little bit military not so good. Remember, a lot of my military power is from researching texts like archery and bronze working. I have 3 warriors right now. Never lost a battle. They've all won all their battles, but yeah, 3 warriors. I think not a lot. Not a lot of military current. Yep, 3 warriors, 3 workers. Yeah, I think the AI is actually doing a good job of keeping the barbs down because like the AI is so units. We are last in money. Okay, that's not exactly shocking. All right, so we'll go to farm first, and then maybe we do a double chop. Like we can chop both of these. I'm not worried about running out of forest. If the borders expand, we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we have plenty of forest. It's an arboreal map. Lack of forest is not a. Oh, I moved the warrior out of the city too, didn't I? Oh well. I thought I was on a worker. Look at all this land over here. Why are there no AIs over here? Like, look at this. I'm super crowded, and then there's literally no one in like this whole area. Kind of silly. Anyway, long term, this can be a city as well. Like, we can always put a city like here or something. It would never be a good city, but I mean, it would be something. Still, the next city is going here for sure. And like that can be our northeast border. We could always cram a city in on the coast. It wouldn't have food, but like I can always farm over from the river. It's at least a possibility. Or like you can always put a city here and like split off this tile if we can control it. That could also be a border fortress for Monty. So we should be able to get some more cities. The copper is also tempting, but the lack of any food bonuses really, really makes that an unappealing spot for a city. I wish I knew more about what was up here too. I'm pretty sure that the land runs out to the north of like I don't think Brennus has a lot of territory up here. I think he's pretty close to the northern coast. And then obviously the eastern coast has to be over here somewhere. And then I have no idea where Kublai is. He could be in the north. I think we saw him in the northeast. Could it be that there's like nobody down here and Monty has like half the map? That would not be a good thing, but it's possible. All right, so Monty, we still have demos with. Brennus, we're getting close. Surrey, we're going to have to run points with him for a turn or two, and then go back to Brennus. At least Kublai seems to be the furthest away. All right, let's move the warrior back. Oh, a Barb City. Okay. Getting kind of far away. All right, so Sydney. I'm going to fill up the food box halfway and whip the granary when the food box is half full. These are probably the best tiles I can work. Or actually, no, Venison. Oh, okay. Well, I'll swap over to the. I'm going to swap over to this tile next turn, but Venison Villa, I do want to finish the monument. I don't want to wait the extra turn for the monument to finish. So I can pick this back up from Venison Villa next turn. Like I can swap this tile over to this. Or I could do this. Actually, this is better because I want more food. This 6 turns, yeah. I want food more than production right now, even though it does suck to work these tiles that are unimproved. This worker can then come over here and build another cottage. Unfortunately, these cities are slightly far enough apart that they can't share cottages, but oh well. And these cities are also not able to share cottages. I've kind of separated them a little bit more than I wanted to. Oh well. I can move and start cottaging like this tile next turn, which is fine. Start getting another cottage for Sydney. You have one more spot to take Monty's deer too. That's true. Yeah, this spot too. But if Gambit Gulch actually does complete like the Oracle, then we'll have cultural dominance of this regardless, and we'll be able to plant the city here. No problem. So this is also a possible spot. Let's mark that down as a possibility. We want to guarantee that we're going to be plunged into war with them. So the other alternative is, do I want this worker to come over here and start focusing on getting this connected? Because remember, I need to build a road on this tile and a road on this tile. I really actually need another worker pretty badly. So like Sydney, I think needs another worker. I could double whip a worker and overflow and finish granary. That's a possibility too. What if I did that? What if I 2-pop whipped a worker and then overflowed from that to finish granary? I actually think that could work really well too. Because I definitely need another worker. Like I need another cottage here. Actually, that would relieve the need for a cottage here as well. And Venison Villa, I think, is going to build some skirmishers so that we have some actual defense. Probably better than working generic tiles, yeah. Because like I need another worker so I can both get this marble prepped for our mad plan here, um, and also get ready to push towards this location. Yeah, I kind of like that plan more. So let's do this. We're going to start a worker, and that also allows us to work this tile, which is a better tile. So we're going to have the worker build for 2 turns, then we'll double whip, and we'll drop back to size 2, and the overflow should come very close to finishing the granary, and then we can fill up the food box at size 2. It's not as good as having the food box half full, but it's still not bad. So I think that that works. And then I have to think about where this worker is going. I think this worker is going to come over here and start roading towards this spot, but we'll see. Yeah, and I can turn on and finish. I should finish masonry. You're right. There's no reason not to finish the tech.
It is from their foes,
Certainly been an
not
interesting
their
opening
friends, that
sequence.
cities learn the lesson of building high walls.
All right. So if we're going to do this plan, we have to push towards priesthood, have to head in that direction. So the question is, do we go for meditation, which is cheaper and gets us there sooner, but is not terribly useful as a tech? Or do we go polytheism because that puts us on the route to monotheism, which is a very useful tech? Because I think we have to go with the cheaper plan for right now, just because don't have a ton of income in the early game. All right, so Venisonville is going to need another improved tile here, doesn't it? Maybe these workers can get another cottage down here, and then after the cottage is done, then they can road over to that tile, because this city is about to grow. Also, we'll hit the happy cap at some point. Well, I guess we're okay. All right. Go with the skirmisher for the time being. So how many turns? So we have 10 turns. So the borders will pop turn 63. And we need to have the roads connected and like two workers ready to quarry the turn that thing goes through. And then it'll take what, 4 turns to build the quarry? So then we have chops need to be coming in like turn 67. No, that feels a little late for the Oracle, but whatever. If it's already gone, then we'll just put the chops in something else. 2 turns is not enough. I'm not sure what that's referring to, Sivak. Oh, he's saying 2 turns is not enough to get the. I see what you're saying. I need 3 turns then. I see what you're saying. I need 3 turns on the worker. But it's actually okay if it doesn't. But here's the thing. It's actually okay if it doesn't insta complete the granary, because it's okay because we can have the granary finish when the half the food box is full. So I think it's actually okay to whip next turn. You're right that it will not insta complete the granary, but well, I have to look at them. Actually, I should look at the math to make sure. Well, let's look at it next turn when we're closer. But you're right, it would not insta complete the granary. All right, let's see. So what tiles is Venison Villa going to be working? So it can pick this up next turn. I think I can save the forest for a chop here. You get 26 hammers overflow if you whip after 2 turns. Okay. Yeah, that's probably a little bit. Yeah, you're right. That's a little bit short, so it probably does need to be one more turn. I think you're correct. As usual. Hmm. So I'm just trying to think what's the most efficient way to use this worker. Because we have to road over to here at some point. Um, but I think in the short, I think it's more efficient to build this first, build this cottage first, and then they can move like 1, 1, 2, and that doesn't waste their turn. So like build the cottage first, then move over here, road, road, and ideally be in position. Um, but that feels like that finishes a little bit too soon, and then they're just stuck twiddling their thumbs for a turn or for a couple turns. Maybe this guy. All right. Maybe these two build this cottage. This guy spends 4 turns roading. This worker then like starts roading towards this and then moves back when it's closer. I'll figure it out. This does not have to be super optimized. All right, I'm going to stay away from that Barb City. I think the reason why we're not seeing barbarians is the AI is killing them all. All right, so we got that done. I'm wondering if we one pop whip. Is the fastest way to get this done just to one pop whip the monument? Because we're going to have so much food here. I mean, that's a possibility, right? I can also start pre-chopping tiles, too. I don't really like one-pop whipping a monument. That's a pretty inefficient way to do things, but it may actually be the right decision here because we need to hold this tile and gain control of this tile. That's 9 worker tiles. It's good. Turns, it's good. Okay. Let's see. So like that's 4 turns to build this. 1 turn to move, 2 turns to build. Yeah, you're right. That's actually exactly enough to get 10. So we just have to have another worker over there in 10 turns because we need 2 workers to build the quarry. 3 would be even better, but I need to have workers down here getting tiles pre-chopped. Yep, Ragnar's correct. All right. Let's see. So these guys, what is the most efficient way to do this setup here? It's probably to chop both of these. Yeah, it's probably to just chop both of these tiles. Number one, for safety's sake, and then number two, because we need monument plus granary anyway. Yeah, we need the monument plus granary combo anyway. So yeah, we can just chop both of these tiles. The double chop finishes the monument, and then hopefully we can then get close to having enough overflow to get the granary with a pop whip, because like each chop is 20 and then the one pop whip is 30, so that's 70. So that's not enough. It's not enough for monument plus granary, but we start getting close. Start getting at least in the ballpark. Oh yeah, don't come bother us. We've got a warrior here defending this city. All right, let's turn back espionage back on with Brennus. And just hope that the AI continues to leave us alone. Keep checking to see if they're plotting war yet. And we know it'd be really nice is if the AI has declared war on each other. At the moment, no one seems to be plotting war. We also haven't picked up a malice yet for border tensions, so that's nice. Oh, is that a settling party? Yep. I think Suryavarman might end up being the really big AI. He's already looks set to occupy quite a bit of territory. I think that Brennus is probably the best AI to take out early because I think Brennus is going to be fairly weak on this map, and that would give us 2 internal religions if we could pull it off. All right, so we have 18. So yeah, we wait one more turn when we're at 27 out of 60, and that gives us the overflow we're looking for. Okay. All right. Venison Villa. Yeah, look at this. Venison Villa working some pretty good tiles, getting that cottage worked. Also working off its whip unhappiness. I don't think we have quite enough to research this yet. No. But we'll keep making our way to that next tech. How's everything going? I have not heard from about Sydney, no. Okay. Yeah, I think I mentioned this before, but Sydney's at the vet today. They were just taking a look at him. Um, so we can whip the worker. Now we get more overflow from working this, but I'd rather have the cottage continue. So we will get, let's see, 27 plus 7 is 34 overflow. And that will just about finish the granary. Should be able to finish it really quickly. Now keep your archers away from me, Brennus. And then we'll start garrisoning our cities with actual units. Hopefully. He should be okay. He was just going in for x-rays today. I'm a little surprised they haven't called us back about him either, but all right, this should get us close to finishing meditation. No, stay away from that tile. All right, 3-turn granary. Okay. What if we work this tile? We come up 1 short. Okay. I think I'm going to work this turn. Actually, I could do this if I wanted and finish the granary. Is that efficient to do so? I'm trying to think what the math is on this. I don't think that I don't think it's efficient to do that, but I do think we want to finish it in 2 turns. So I'll work this for this turn, and then next turn we'll swap to that tile. I don't think it's worthwhile to not work that tile. P1 chat are like, definitely not worthwhile. It's like, no, it's not worthwhile to drop that. All right, so we'll swap off this tile to this one. Oh, you know what? I can take this tile back. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. That's working your good tiles. That's much better. And now the granary will finish, and we'll be able to start filling up the food box. Just as here, we're got that monument ticking. All right, so we got a new worker. So for this worker, now we could improve this tile. We do have meditate. We do have whatchamacallit. We do have masonry. But what I actually want to do is start roading towards this spot. I want to road here. I want to road here. And then that way, when our settler's done, we can just go 1, 1, 1. And then that settler is connected instantly with a trade route. Because as soon as Sydney, I think when this hits like size 3, we just build another settler here. Something like that. We want to let it regrow first, and then we want to get a settler out so we can grab that spot, which is probably the best spot immediately available. As we continue our madcap plan down here. And then at Gambit Gulch, we want to build some cottages. I think I'd prefer to build cottages over here, but I don't know if it's efficient to do that. It's probably more efficient to build here, even though there's some risk of being pillaged. All right, so Gambit Gulch will get its monument done. If this city has no culture, we would actually take control of this tile and get visibility on the city, which would be really nice. And also get control of this tile. So we'll toss down a cottage, and so that we have another tile to work here. And then we'll probably start pre-chopping if we're going to do this oracle play. Oracle Tech is most likely to be monarchy at the moment because it's right after priesthood. Oh, you know what we could do? We could take metal casting because we're Mali. That might be worthwhile too. Could be that could also be a really good option. Although happiness, having hereditary rule would be really good too. We'll see. Let's not count our free tech before we actually have this madcap plan. Um, yeah, for mints. They're kind of expensive this early in the game, but they're very, very good to have. Like early metal casting really does increase your production. All right, so we'll go back to working our cottage, and the city just needs to grow at the moment. So what do we build? Oh, we build Stonehenge now. Settler, yeah, without chops, we actually build settlers pretty slowly here without chops. So I think I just put this on a skirmisher and let the city grow for the time being. I would like a city to work that tile if at all. Oh, Venison Villa can take up that tile next turn. Okay. All right. Meanwhile, you get to work building the road. Could invest for fail. Yeah, but if you don't have if you don't have like the resource connected, it's not that efficient, honestly. And I think we can do better things with our production than non-industrious, non-resource boosted fail gold. I think we can like do better stuff with very scarce early game production, or at least that's my read. Because remember, we're still operating with 3 warriors and would die instantly if anyone attacked us. So let's try to get at least a couple defenders, such that if Monty crashes in here with 5 axes, we can pile in like 3 skirmishers and actually have a chance of holding. All right, so the monument's going to finish off that chop, put the overflow into the granary. And as soon as that's done, I probably want to get walls. I really should probably try to connect this because I probably am going to need walls in some cities. But let's build this road here. And we want to get the cottage. This tile is a little bit safer. This tile would be even better, but wait, did I? Oh, oh wait, no, I didn't do anything wrong. That the 1 unit finished chopping. Yeah, I thought for a second I wasted a worker turn, but no, that worker was just finishing chopping. All right, so there's a Surrey city right there. I don't suppose anyone has open borders yet, so I can sign and start improving relations. No, he's at 5 cities. They're both at 5 cities. Geez, they've expanded. We actually apparently have a trade route connection, which is kind of interesting. All right, no, no. Oh yeah, we do actually have a trade route connection. I have no idea how that's possible. He's only on 3 cities, so he's no fat more than us. All right, 4 cities. Okay. Surrey Roman's terrain looks bad. It might be. We don't have a great view of his territory, do we? So yeah, we're trying to focus on getting this spot, and then this spot will be there if we are able to land our crazy wonder play. I'm going to try to play up to at least when Oracle gets taken, if it would get taken. Let's hope it doesn't. All right, so we got our monument. Oh, look at this. Well, that's why we had to emphasize the monuments. Now we will get this tile back. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, AI Monty already has culture in here himself, so this city is like worthless at the time for the time being until we can get that. So we basically improved that tile for Monty, but we will be able to get this city back. We will get the tile back because we've got culture and it's first ring for us, whereas it's second ring for him. But we will never control this tile unless we get like a wonder in here. So for the time being, I'll just toss down this cottage and then get to work pre-chopping. We also should now start to pick up border tension with Monty, which is not what we want, but not really avoidable. And in another turn, I'll start spending on Kublai. All right, did we finish the road? No, we haven't started the road yet. Road. All right, Sydney is just regrowing. Now that it's got the granary, it'll grow relatively fast. You can take this tile because you're about to hit the happiness limit. I don't have enough. I would prefer to work another cottage, but we don't have the worker labor for that just yet. All right. We'll finish this tech. And we can start working on priesthood. A little weird that no religions have spread to me just yet. Look at this Gambit Gulch. Oh boy. From a cultural perspective, not looking so great. Like we could whip the granary, but we don't have enough food to regrow afterwards if that were the case. So for now, we'll just build this cottage, I guess, and then get to work pre-chopping because we're gonna have to chop quite a few tiles. Just start chopping. One, two, three, four. Not this one. One, two, three, four. Chop these first because they're within our borders.
Meditation brings wisdom. Lack of meditation leaves ignorance. Know well what
Priesthood.
moves
It
you
is a
forward
cheap tech.
and what
Thank
holds you back.
goodness. No, I could also get another worker to help with chopping. Or maybe I could build the settler. Actually, I could build the settler for this next city out of here, maybe, while the capital is regrowing. That's a possibility too. Let me think about that for a second. Stonehenge 20 turns. Kind of surprised Stonehenge is still available, honestly. All right, let's keep you here, and we'll move the warrior in Venison Villa back to the capital, which is much safer. So we'll definitely work that tile. So we're looking at how many more turns for the borders to pop? 4 turns? Okay. So you just finished that, let's see, and then you need one, one, two, one, two, three, four. So I need 2 turns to move over, so I have like 2 turns to do stuff. I could like work on cottaging this tile. Oh, or I could work on, or actually I could road this. Maybe I could road this because we're going to need to improve this tile when that city gets founded. And like if it's roaded, workers can move on it quickly. Like what if I moved here? So the borders pop on turn 63. Actually, I don't think I have enough time for that. Let's see, 60, 61, 62. No, I don't have enough time for that. It'll pop sooner. So you guys need to start chopping. Oh, you've already moved. Okay, well, we can pre-chop a bunch of tiles. Yeah, I wish I knew quite where Kublai is. I guess he's on this same river somewhere. Maybe he's due to the south. Like maybe he's due south. Like maybe Monty's here and Kublai's down here. I wish I had more spare units to go explore. Anyway, so what would we do in terms of? So we're already at the happiness cap. We could 2-pop whip this settler. How many food hammers are we getting here? Not that many. 9 food hammers. It's not a ton, but it might be the best thing we can do here right now because we do need to get another settler out. Like I could do this for, yeah, I could do this for like 4 or 5 turns and then double whip. I don't quite have the worker labor to support this though, but I wouldn't mind. I can always get another. Actually, I can get another worker out of Sydney after it grows. So yeah, settler here and then a worker out of here to improve that tile. Plus, once this is connected, these workers are freed up to come over, and we've already improved Venison, and Sydney's got some improved tiles. So okay, I think I like that plan the most. I've got 2 workers down here to chop for this Oracle play. This kind of wacky Oracle play. So yeah, so we can chop this tile too. This is second ring. Oh, whoops, actually no. That's bad because I can't, that's actually incorrect. I need to, because this worker, when it moves, I need to move into another tile to chop. And like this worker, hold on. Actually no, this is fine because this worker can move here and then 1, 2, and then this one can move down. Okay, so that's fine. And then we've got 4 tiles pre-chopped. Okay, so now you move here. Road. And I think that worker is going to finish the road like 1 turn too soon, but then it can road that or something. All right, so it's 3 more turns. So I need 1, 2. So I've got like 1 extra turn here where I can do something. So I can move here and put in another pre-cottage tile. Then on turn 61, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then I can go 1, 2, and I can chop here. Oh, I can put a turn of into a chop here as I move across. That's not wasted at all. Excellent. And that chop can go into the settler. And then I said I have one extra turn here. I can have this person chop too, and that also goes into the settler. Nice. All right. Anyway, oh, there's a Barb city up there. Oh no, there's Kublai. That's a Kublai city. Okay, well, we definitely need to get this city down because we're running out of room. Need to get this and then a city for here. So we should be able to get 1, 2, 3, 4. We should be able to get maybe 6 cities. Maybe squeeze in another 1 or 2 somewhere. But we definitely have to get a move on that spot, so I'm glad I'm heading in that direction. Why don't you head up in that direction and see if you can scout anything? They said you could. Okay. I gotta talk to Liz for 1 sec. I'll be right back. Okay. They said that they had the vet said they called me about Sydney, but they did not call me. You guys have been here. I've had my phone the entire day. It's never rung. So maybe it didn't go through or something, but they never called or texted. I did want to, I showed this last week on stream, but more people will see this because it's a Civ game. So this is a gift that I got custom made. And it was a gift I got Liz for her birthday, which was recently. So it's a little statue of Sydney, just so you can see what you know, it's it was custom made and it looks just like him. It's very cute. So he's on his way back. So Liz is gonna go pick him up. But yeah, just wanted to show that on stream again for those who haven't seen it. Okay, back to our game. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna send this warrior up here and just see if I can get some more info about what the heck is up here. As far as espionage stuff goes, all right, so we've got Brennus's bar graphs. Let's start seeing if we can get them with Kublai now and go from there. All right. So, and we're starting our chopping down here. Gambit Gulch, I think I'd like to chop the, I think I'd like to whip the granary and then just start working on walls maybe. Just because I do want to get walls in here. So we should get this tile back in 8 turns and then we'll actually have food again. You can see it's 54% Aztec. Oh, we actually have +1 with Monty. We have not racked up border tension yet. I don't suppose anyone has writing. I kind of wish that someone had writing so I could just sign open borders with them and start building more positive relations. No, no one has writing yet. Okay. We'll just finish priesthood and then figure out what we're going to research next. All right, so Sydney finished this, so there should be some better tile for me. I guess this is the best configuration unless I take a tile away from Venison, which I don't think I want to do. I need to get another cottage up at the capital, or just improve this tile. I also would like to get to ironworking to see if I actually have iron and improve this tile. I mean, I could work this, but it's the same turn time to size 3, but we'll be faster to the next size after this. So, all right. So you chop this turn. All right, now this tile is fully pre-chopped. All right, I might need another turn, but we'll see. All right, so now I'm going to have you move here. I'm not declaring war, just scouting over here. I would like to get another skirmisher down here, but we'll see. I guess the capital's building one. All right, so we've got 22. All right, so we finished the road, and the borders pop in 2 turns, and I will be able to put a pre-chop in this tile next turn. And then I believe it's 7 turns to build the quarry. So I know it's an odd number of turns, so I think I can finish the chop and then also still not delay the quarry at all. Down here. Replace monuments with Sydney's. He's a good boy. He just doesn't like coming down here where I do the streaming. 6, okay. We'll figure it out. I'll be able to check next in 2 turns. All right. So hold on, let's see. So all right, so this is fully pre-chopped. So oh, I need to move down here. That's what I said a couple turns ago. So whoop, I'm gonna walk in that really funky way. So chop. And chop. A lot of chopping. This is a map that I think is definitely tailored more towards a human player because of all the forest chopping. The AI kind of doesn't handle forest that well. This guy is probably going to come over here and be the defender for this city, which is not that far off from being planted, but I'm trying to get some map because like we're going to finish a chop and then with the chop we'll whip. We'll do a 2-pop whip and we should be able to get a lot of overflow, which I may even use on a barracks. We'll see. It actually really looks like I could have gotten Stonehenge, which would have been very nice, but, well, we did not emphasize, chose not to emphasize this. Oh, we also now have a trade route with Brennus. Apparently. He doesn't appear to have any resources connected. Like I said, the AI, I do think struggles with this map, so I have kind of picked a map that's somewhat weighted in my favor here. All right, let's cancel that for you. And oh, you know what we do? We let this granary continue, and then we, as soon as we have marble connected, we whip the granary to completion and overflow into the wonder with marble connected for the bonus, and that gets us like another chop basically. Yeah, see how it's 52% Aztec? As soon as our borders expand, we gain control of this tile because it's first ring for us and second ring for him, and then we'll gain control of this tile too. Well, a little bit slower. I think this may actually work out. We actually can finish this wonder in about 8 more turns or so. Let's hope so. These are AIs that don't really build a lot of wonders, which I think is helping us.
Lord make his face to shine upon
All right.
you and be gracious to you.
First part of this crazy plan finished. Let's go for ironworking next. And then I'm probably feeling metal casting if we get the Oracle, because it's the most expensive tech. It's quite a bit more. It's like 50% more than Monarchy. We could take Code of Laws, but I don't think we really need Code of Laws that badly. And I mean, early forges, in this case mints, is very, very nice. It's even our unique building. Not that we have gems, gold, or silver, but yeah. All right, so this is fully pre-chopped as well. So both of these 2 tiles are fully pre-chopped. So you start chopping there. All right, whew, Great Wall. That is totally fine. All right, so how many turns does it take to build the quarry? It is 6, so Ragnar was correct. So I will delay the chop here to complete this 1 turn sooner, to connect this 1 turn sooner. And that's okay, we can always get more overflow or what have you. You need writing. Oh, right. And I also don't have the tech needed for Code of Laws either. Good point. Turn this off and head in that direction in a minute. All right. So Sydney definitely would benefit from having another cottage to work. Capital is a little underdeveloped because we have workers over here chopping stuff. Oh, we would also need math as well. Okay. Well, so that's not a realistic target, but metal casting is. So I think it's metal casting. I think it's metal casting. So yeah, we should be able to get 4 forests in. That's 120 of the 150 we need, and then we'll also get we can also get whip overflow. on this, which should be pretty good as well. Oh, right. Maybe I should probably just go for writing because it's so much cheaper than ironworking, and then we could start signing open borders. This is like this tech is it might not look that much cheaper. I guess it's like half the cost, but remember we get double prereq bonuses, so it actually is pretty cheap. Or we could go animal husbandry and even get triple prereq bonuses and see. I kind of like that idea. Animal husbandry writing, knock them out quickly, and then go for ironworking after that. Because we would like to see where the um, where the resources are. All right, how are we doing on espionage stuff? We can still see Monty stuff, Rennes, still see Surrey, and Kublai is not spending espionage against us at all. How about quick check to see if anybody's plotting war against us? Nope, not you. Monty is the main one we're worried about. Nope, not yet. Kublai, he has deer. I'm not surprised he has deer to trade. Rennes. All right, for the moment, we're hanging in there. Okay, chop. We're going to stay outside the range there. All right, so next turn we'll have this finished, and then our first chops start finishing here. And then we'll be able to get these chops done. All right, Gambit Gulch. That works for me. So, yep, and then we'll whip the granary and put the overflow into the oracle as soon as we have the marble done. Math would also be nice because there's so much stuff to chop on this map. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe like animal husbandry, writing, ironworking into math, something like that. Because that's, I think, the most important stuff we need. Animal husbandry is very cheap. Let's just see if we have any horses. I sure would be nice if we did, right? All right, so Sydney grew. I'm just letting the city grow right now, even though it's working these crummy tiles. I need to get these two workers back here to then toss down a pair of cottages for Sydney. All right, similarly, I do want this to be a two-pop whip, so I think we're going to whip it on this upcoming turn when I get the maximum overflow for a two-pop whip. And that would then free up this tile for the capital to work, at least. Because then we'll also have this tile for venison to work as well. Yeah. So we'll build the quarry, chop this, or whip this, and then we'll have a chop that we can actually probably save for a future, maybe a future settler or worker. And then these workers can come over here and improve that, toss a cottage down for the capital, and then improve this tile for this city, something like that. All right, a couple more turns to go. We've almost going to see this succeed or fail, this kind of crazy plan. All right, first of all, finish that. Make sure the quarry is done. Okay, we now have the quarry done. Two pop whip the settler. We'll get nice bit of overflow. Okay, so we drop off that cottage. Let's pick up the ivory tile for the capital. That's a much better tile. Even though it does slow down growth slightly, it's worthwhile. Get a skirmisher. That skirmisher can then go garrison that city. So now we've got the granary. So we'll whip the granary. And then these chops will go. We can overflow from this chop into the oracle. All that production overflow will overflow 88 or 28, something like that, and then that gets multiplied by 50%. So then this chop finishes next turn, and then this guy will move here, and then that guy will move there and finish that chop, and then they can run over and chop one more forest if we need it. All right, coming along pretty well. The fact that we're not being attacked. I mean, we're behind. Don't get me wrong, but that's always gonna we're even in cities. We're about to be even in cities with Brennus, and Gambit Gulch wants this tile back. All right, skirmisher done. Let's let this city grow, and then I'm gonna get another worker out. It's all coming together as long as this now watch the wonder get finished like one turn before we're done. Well, this is actually now a really good tile. Oh, I forgot we get the financial benefit on the quarry. That's quite nice. Quite nice. So how much? I actually have quite a bit of overflow here. What do I want to get out of this? Another, no, we need this. City needs to grow. We could build a barracks here, actually. I think what I really want to build is a forge, but I can't. I think I actually want to build a forge. Could just get another unit. I don't think that that's terrible. Or we could try to get the barracks because we do want barracks somewhere. This is actually a really good production city. It's got the most hill tiles of like my, but it doesn't have enough food. Still, this could very easily be a heroic epic city someday. I'm not planning to go for a horse archer timing. That is not the plan for this game. This, if it's going to war, which I think it will be eventually, it'll be further down the road. I think that that time is on my side because I don't think the AI handles this map especially well, and I'm financial with 10,000 river tiles. So I think time is on my side. I think it's more about surviving the early game, hitting like the medieval Renaissance. I can always do like a knights or drafted rifles play or something like that because financial's so good. To that note, let's focus on not dying by like building a skirmisher. All right, on to Oracle. So yeah, look at that. There's our chops in play, plus 100% for access to marble. So chop that. Now you go to this tile. Chop that. So what are we going to be at here? So we're at 100. We will get 2 more chops. So we'll be at 100, and then we'll have double chops. That will get us 40. So we need how much more? So we'll be at, so we're basically at 100 out of 150, and we're going to get 40 more. So we need slightly more just to shave. So like if I would need 48 more, and then I would get, I actually need, I actually need the borders to expand so I can work like this tile. I think we can finish it in 2 more turns if I'm doing this math correctly. Something like that. All right, let's get a skirmisher down here. So we have 1 unit that's not useless. Where did our, oh, there's our, this settler should have, that's okay. I've got another skirmisher about to finish. Let's get you over here. I'll just have this skirmisher follow with the settler. So we've got another chop kind of saved up here. Let me put a little note because I won't remember this next turn or next time I play the game. Oh, we're like just shy of being able to finish. Well, we might still finish it next turn. We'll see. All right, so yeah, I need these guys to come over here and improve this tile. So I think I need to get this tile improved on the way over there. So 1, 2, 3. I don't think they could do anything too useful. I mean, like I could chop here on my way, but I kind of want to save this chop for a future like worker or settler. So I think I'll just come here, even though it's a wasted turn of movement. And then these guys can probably, let's see. So next turn this is here. So like they could, I see what they could do. They could well, they could just move on this tile, and yeah, probably the move is to just move onto this tile and be ready to start improving it as soon as that city's settled. All right, come on, Gambit Gulch. Keep your fingers crossed that we don't have this wonder sniped at the last second. All right, skirmisher done. I'm gonna keep building skirmishers for the time being until we potentially get this wonder built. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you imagine Stonehenge has been built in a faraway land? Oh, if that had been, seriously, if that had been. All right, and then this chop should finish it with actually a fair bit of over. Actually, we almost don't even need this last chop, but let's get it anyway. Then we can put the overflow into walls or something. Jeez. All right, also be thinking about a name for this city that's going to pop out. So this is a forested tile, so I have to lose a turn of movement from these workers to move on it regardless. So I'll just do that right now, as I was kind of figuring out last turn. All right, Sydney desperately needs more improved tiles. I'm low on workers here for sure. Probably don't need this many skirmishers. So I think that the play here is a two-pot worker whip right now. I'll just do that next turn. Two-pot whip, overflow, finish the skirmisher, because I need another worker very badly right now. Can I get it right now working the hill? Good question. I don't think I can. There are no hills in. Unfortunately, there's no hills in range of this city. They're outside my borders. See, borders are going to pop. Otherwise, yes, I think I could. But we might as well use that chop because we've gone ahead and set it up. Forest Frontiers, nice. Love the alliteration. Oh, I see. Like, but yeah, even working another citizen specialist. Yeah, unfortunately, we come up we were two production short. Unfortunately, I see what you're saying. This hill tile. So yeah, unfortunately, no. Even if I work that tile, if this tile was in range, then we would actually be able to finish it. So let's just cross our fingers. We win the tiebreaker guaranteed on turn 69, but turn 68, there is that slight chance we could lose it. So yeah, we'll whip this. We'll just whip off these two tiles essentially, and then I need to get cottages built on these tiles, and I would also like to get this connected too. Let's see though if we have horses, because that's something we'd like to connect as well. All right, horses, horses.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
All right, writing. We have triple prereqs for writing, so it's very cheap. We do not appear to have horses. No horses. We might be looking to settle over here just to get. We'll see if we have iron. Otherwise, we might have to head over here. All right, so yeah, we're actually guaranteed to get Oracle now because um the player wins tie breaks. All right, grab this and then get ready for Monty to come after us because we're gonna take this. No, barbarians can't snipe it. Yo, this is not a great. I mean, like it's gonna be hard to push with knights if we have no iron and no horses. All right, let's plant our new city, Frontier Forest Frontiers. Again, great name. And as usual, we start with a granary. Get rid of the sign. So, starts with a trade route already, as we have the road in place. Build that. Oh, look at this. We've got the skirmisher coming in to cover it. Nice. Now, if we can get open borders, we can actually start exploring. So I think I'm going to be moving over here in the anticipation of having open borders and being able to explore. Oh, by moving on this tile, we actually don't finish it. So I'll burn the forest chop anyway. Let's grab that. All right. So next up, at this city, we're going to want to improve this tile, which we should get control of pretty quickly. So in the meantime, I think these workers, the most efficient thing they can do is to come up here and help at Sydney, which as we know needs more improved tiles. Yeah. So I'm going to have you build half a road, and then this unit will move here and also build half a road, and can finish that road, and then this guy's on the road network and can start moving up here. Plus that gives us a little bit more mobility in case we have to get into Gambit Gulch. I also would like to connect it. I also might want to connect this tile too. Maybe like two workers are cottaging and another worker improves this. And then we do need to get another, now that we've got this, now that we have Gambit Gulch, we can now plant over here. Boy, Monty's going to hate us so much. But like we'll have a lot of control. Like we'll can take control of all of these tiles pretty quickly because the Oracle produces an awful lot of. Yeah, he's actually improving the deer for us. He actually has not. He's putting a road on it. He hasn't improved the deer. Well, as soon as we get control of this tile, we'll improve that. So maybe we like toss a cottage down somewhere here. Oh, on this tile we can cottage. I should have done that. I should have done that rather than building the road. Oh no, actually no, because this guy's turn would have been wasted otherwise. But... Okay, we get our free technology. So as suggested, we're going to take metal casting, and that is a nice pickup. Thank you for the suggestion in chat. I do not think I would have seen that. I do not think I would have seen that play without the suggestion in chat. So that is a pro play there, suggesting that we put the Oracle. Now we just have to not have this city get captured. Good thing Monty's such a reasonable neighbor. We can always think, you know what we can do? We can push for early. So we said that we wanted to go for math, and I do think we wanted to, yeah, look at this. We get nine culture per turn. So it's not going to take us long to get control of this tile. And we probably will even get control of his inner ring for a little while anyway. So we can overflow into the mint. I could go for the walls, but honestly, I don't know that I need walls because I'm going to get 40% culture here in 10 turns. So why don't we just go for the early mint? And I'm probably going to try to emphasize mints pretty early too. Yeah, we need to do a check to see if people are plotting. Let's check our espionage again. Brennus, we're going to need more points with. We almost have Kubla's as well, though. All right. Surrey, not plotting. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 6 cities now. Kublai has 5 cities. I'm concerned that Surrey's gonna. I think Surrey's gonna be the big dog. 1, 2, 3. All right, Monty has 6 cities as well. Oh, he is plotting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. He's plotting. Sure hope it's not us, but it probably is. Well, that's a great tiebreak. That's a great cliffhanger to end this episode on. Good thing we spotted that. Okay, so we need another turn or two. All right, well, looks like we need to get some more skirmishers because we don't have any resources at the moment. So yeah, there's no point in going for horseback riding if we have no horses. Let's get some skirmishers and we'll toss them in here and let's get our quarry connected. Because even if we have no resources, we always can go for construction because we do have ivory. Now we would need horseback. So yeah, we'll go. Let's get writing, and we probably then need to go iron working, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Because I would like to get walls here to be on the safe side, but that actually is important enough that I think I'm going to prioritize getting this stone connected so I can get very cheap walls. And I'm not sure I want to settle this city now, but yeah. Does anyone have board? Let's see how Monty feels about other people, shall we? So he's cautious with us. He's not happy with Brennus. Brennus doesn't border him. I mean, we'll see. He actually has just a +1 with us for right now. He actually does not have any border tension on the interface so far, but we are next to him, and we are in terms of power. We're certainly not his equal. I mean, we're here and he's here, so yeah. Um, as far as the graphs go, we're definitely below the AI and like everything, but like I said, we're getting there. I mean, we put like 6 or 7 skirmishers in here, and it has 50% cultural bonuses. I mean, he's not breaking through that, not with like walls and such. But just to that end, because we do not know how much time we have, let's see what we can do to get that connected, get stone and get walls in there, because we might not have time for that city to hit 40% cultural defenses. Oh, what the? It stole from my capital. Oops, that should have been paying more attention to that. So here's the overflow. Normally I wouldn't necessarily finish a skirmisher, but I don't know that that's the worst thing right now. I think these are the tiles I want. And we can transfer, yeah, some of our existing skirmishers down there. Better start moving them right now, because I think I do want a skirmisher up here, but like this city actually I think needs that for happiness police right now. Yeah, because we've got 2, or we've got 1 in that city right now. So one, and the skirmisher's going to come out of here next turn. Does the city get unhappy if I move it? No. It's just at the happiness limit. Um, let's move this warrior over here. and move you here. Capital can always get out a unit for safety. All right, so I was going to improve this, but I guess these units can work on cottaging. Let's have you come over here and let's get this finished, or let's get this connected, and so then we can get very, very cheap walls in this city. Let's see. I can move. Oh, I can move here and drop a turn of cottaging. Boom. Still can't sign open borders with these guys, can I? Nope. Have the ability to trade, but all right. So, well, I guess that's as far as I'm going in that direction. All right. Well, an interesting start to say the least. I may end up just dropping a city there for copper, even though it's kind of a complete, a completely awful city. I guess I could farm some tiles to give it food. But like we've got that city. I don't think it's safe to plant a city here. At least we're gonna have cultural control of this whole area because Gambit Gulch's culture is so strong. And I mean, our tech goal will be pushed to construction because that's where elephants are and cats. And like we all know, elephants and cats work really well against the AI. But yeah, for the time being, let's get some skirmishers down here. Try to get 5 or 6 skirmishers and city walls. And if he attacks across a river into entrenched skirmishers, I don't think that's going to go well. But I will explore more of that next week. So let's go ahead and save the game. And we'll pick up with this more next time. Interesting game. I do wish I had started not in the dead center of the map, but it does make for an entertaining game, to say the least. And we'll see how we do against Monty. All right, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys again next week. Take care, folks. See you then.